Here in just a little bit, find out the best way to grill your corn on a charcoal grill. Can you smell that smoke? Okay, so while our charcoals are getting good and hot, let's talk about prep. I'm going to first of all tear off any of the little loose pieces of the husk at the top. So those are just going to burn and singe. And then you want to peel the husk back as little as possible to get all the hair off and get as much of the hair off as you can. All the way down. Don't pull too hard. Sometimes you remove the husks. That is not a good thing. So once you got as much of the hair off of the corn as you can get off, what you're going to do then is you're going to fold the husks back up over the corn the best you can to seal the corn inside the husk so the moisture gets trapped in during the cooking time. Now another way you can prep your corn is just as I've done here, and this is the way I usually do my corn, is leave everything on, everything in there, and all I do is just pull as much of the loose stuff off the top as I can. I leave all the hair intact, leave all the husk intact. I don't loosen it, I don't pull any of it back, and you'll see why later on once I start grilling, why I do it this way. So as you can see, my coals are just about ready. Starting getting some white around the edges. It's nice and cherry red down inside there, which means the coals down inside are probably about half burnt through. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump them out in the grill. What I try to do is keep a little pile going. Once I've got them in my grill, what I like to do is I like to spread them out. One nice little layer. Now if I was doing more in corn, keep it a little thicker so I have a longer cooking time if I was doing burgers or brats or chicken. Since I'm just doing corn, a little layer of charcoal will be just enough to do up my corn. And this can get hot, so be careful. If you've got some kind of glove, put on a grilling glove, keep the heat off your hand, or if you've got long tongs, I recommend doing that. Okay, so as you can see, I've went ahead and put the grates back on my grill, and I'm sure you can see there's a little bit of residue left on there from last time I used them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my coals up as high as I can. Nice thing about this grill is it's got an adjustable grill tray, charcoal tray in there. I can raise or lower it. I'm going to bring that up, I'm going to heat my grates up good and hot. I'm going to close my lid so I can get my brush out and clean it. Okay, see, I've got my grates all nice and clean. And normally at this time, if I'm doing some meat or something like that, take an old rag, put some oil on it, rub over the grates, just to season the grates a little bit more and keep that meat from sticking. But since I'm just doing corn, I don't have to do that. So now I've dropped my charcoal tray as far down as it'll go. I'll lay the corn up in there. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between them so the heat will get up in there. Now here's one of them I didn't pull the husk back, didn't take any of the hair off or anything like that. The other three I cleaned up so you can see the difference on them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shut the lid on her, give her about 5-10 minutes to cook, and we'll come out and flip them. Okay, it's been about 5 to 7 minutes or so. Take a look, see how we're doing here. See how the husks are starting to dry out, start to char up a little bit. That's why you don't want your heat to get too close. It will burn, catch on fire. And this is not a place where you want fire or flame on your corn. So we'll give them a flip, roll them over. Now what you can see here by looking at 3-4 ears, see these two middle ears are getting most of the heat. This one on the end, you can tell by looking at the husks. Difference in the heat across charcoal. So what you can always do for usable corn, switch some things around on your next round of cooking. Get your corn cooked a little more evenly, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my charcoal up just a little bit. Check, you can see it turned a little bit white on me. And once your charcoal hits the full white stage, which is already passed, you generally get about 30 to 45 minutes of cooking time out of charcoal. And since I'm just doing corn, I'm not going to have the need to add any more charcoal to that, but if I was doing meats, like I said before, chickens or hamburgers or hot dogs, you can always slide your grates across. That's why I always leave one out and just cook on one side unless I'm cooking for a larger party. You can always just add charcoal to the top and it'll catch and start to burn. You can just keep right on cooking. So we'll close this up, let that roll for another 5-10 minutes and check on them. Okay, just take a look and see how we're doing here. Color all the way around there. Now if you notice that corn just starts getting a little darker than it was. When you first opened it up and took the husk down and all the hair off, you probably noticed the kernels were a little light in color. As they cook, they're going to start to darken up. Roll that over a little bit there. We'll give them just a few more minutes and we'll move on to the next step. What I've done here is I've slid my grates over, raised my charcoal tray up, and what I'm doing is just kind of tapping the charcoal a little bit, knocking off some of them ashes. What that's going to do, expose that hotter core. Back over. Let it cook a little more. Okay. At this point you can see corn's exposed. Starting to take on a little bit of color. Now from here you can either leave it in the husk, let it cook for another, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so. Or what I like to do is take it off the grill, carefully pull back the husk, expose all that corn. Now, I recommend you using tongs to do this, but this doesn't bother me because I've done it so much my fingers and hands are calloused. Get in there. Not gonna lie, it is a little warm. See that steam coming off there? That's what's cooking that corn. Now your That's going to fall down in there. Might catch fire a little bit, but no worries on that. It's going to burn long. A tricky one is this one here. This is the one I didn't pull back earlier. Go ahead and get them over the purples here. Raise that up. You can see the inside of her. Not brown, just the outside of it. See the steam coming off of that. This one's a little bit warmer. Should hold more heat in there than the rest of them did. Pull them back. How nice, steamy that was. Pull your hair off. I just tend to throw it on the grill and off to the side. It'll burn up. You can see a difference in that one compared to the rest of them. We'll get these on here. What you're doing here, adding some char to that corn, add a little more flavor. You don't want to burn it. Give it a nice little color like these have got here. I'm sure you've seen a lot of recipes that call it the grilled corn. Close that lid down. Some of that husk smoke a little bit and add a little flavor. Let that cook for a couple minutes and we'll flip them. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Taking on some nice color. That one. Definitely see where the heat is on her. What I'm going to do again here is just slide my grate out of the way. Charcoal's a little mix up, a little tap. Some of that heat. Slide them back over. Grill a little longer. Now you keep doing this 5-10 minutes or so. You get a nice color build up on them ears to your liking. Some people like it like that. Some people like them a little darker. Some people just like it just like that, no color. It's been nice and steamed inside that husk. Nice thing about it, doing the way this one was done, keeping everything on there. Once you pull everything back, any of them little hairs that's left, it's going to singe off. No big deal. Just pull them off before you serve it. And from there, you just slap on some butter, some salt and pepper, and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, so little tip. Once your corn is done, those of you that like to put butter on them, you always take that pat of butter, rub it on there, and the butter always slides off the side. Then you're rolling your corn in the plate. Trying to get more butter on your corn. Neat little trick my grandma showed me. Take your corn, piece of bread, put a bunch of butter on there, wrap the corn around it. Don't lose any butter. And when you're done, you got a nice piece of bread to eat. Good stuff.